Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. Yeah, I'm Gerry, again. There's Edward, again. There's David, again. We're all in the same room, just seated at different levels. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. With different lighting and better quality equipment.
We each have we each have different set designers for each little part of the room. It's kind of awesome. You should check out our setup sometime.
Yeah. Here's a knuckle bump. See, to show we are the same room.
All right. So, things.
Sorry, David, nearly hit you there.
So things have.
It's always the same.
So over the weekend, there were rumblings about our new manager. All right. ITKs came out of the woodwork and said Sean Dyche is our guy. He's going to be.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything? Oh, I missed it.
No.
But there were other people that said Dyche.
Hardcore fans all know that reference.
They said Dyche is going to be confirmed by Tuesday and that he's our guy. All right, and so I thought we were going to be doing a Dyche video right now. All right. However,
were you hoping we'd be doing a Dyche video right now?
Yeah, I'll admit. But since then, we've heard new rumblings. I know Dominic King came out today, this morning. I woke up to this news saying that Big Sam, he's now the front runner for the job. He's already met with Moshiri, and he kind of thinks that's going to happen. Probably bringing Craig Shakespeare with him. All right, so guys. On we're calling this segment If It's Sam because you know what, it's starting to look like it is going to be Sam, guys. So if it's Sam, on a scale from 1 to 10, how disappointed are you?
Which way is it? I'm not getting caught out again.
That's a good question. How disappointed are you? It means 10 would be the most disappointed.
I caught you out this time.
No, it's with the wording.
I disagree with those rules, I have to say. Maybe in America that's how they do it, Gerry, but over this side of the pond it should be the other way.
Every single
talking about pond, we're in the same room.
Yes, other side of the room. No. Every time you guys disagree with me, you guys just look over at me and you're like, hey, we don't do it that way in England.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the American card that gets played, and there's no comeback, so...
There's not. I will totally give into that every time and just hang my head in shame and be like, you guys are right.
Right. So, disappointed 10. Yeah, I don't want it. The only thing I will say with regard to Dominic King's tweet, even if they have met, which they might not have, we don't know for sure, but even if they had, I imagine that would have come before yesterday's results, and we all agreed really that yesterday was kind of a make or break either way. Mm-hmm. It felt like we would have lost, Allardyce would have been the yes. If we won, which we did, he probably wouldn't be. So... that's me clinging on to some hope there.
Edward, how about you, man?
See, to be honest, the whole thing I see with Allardyce, I don't want him. But if we get into the situation where we have to have him, or we need someone like him, then I'd be a bit more open to him. Because he's never been relegated. He's actually got people into the top 6 before. He's not really been proven with big budgets or anything like that. But some of the things he's wanting, I think it's like a 3-year deal. He wants $5 million a year, or at least, and more bonuses if we don't get relegated or anything like that. So, no, I don't want him really. Want him near.
1 out of 10.
10.
10.
That means very disappointed.
You're right. See, that's the rules, David. So I'm
just following it by how we're doing it here.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to go against the grain and say 8.
I thought you were going to say 1.
For 2 reasons.
I'm going to change it back again.
Haha. No,
guys. One thing I will say, and just before you give your thing, because it may influence your decision, Gerry. Okay, Sam Allardyce was actually relegated in 97 with Notts County, I'm sure.
Stop, man.
We'll get that certified, but I'm pretty sure he has got a relegation on the CV.
Dave,
to Opta.
See, this is just typical David reaching into the past to grab out any skeletons he can find and show them to the world. That's
yeah.
Needs a lot of strength to hold out Sam's skeleton, then.
So
Oh.
that is one beefy skeleton, folks. So I'm still going to say 8, and here's why. It was not going to be because he's not relegated, okay? Because I think there are some managers who have been relegated who could do a job. You know, I still think that. I think one relegation is not. That's not the end all be all for me. It's what you did
Well,
in
Dyche
the
has
other
been
years.
relegated twice, hasn't he?
Yeah. Has it twice? At least once. I knew that. It twice too. Definitely twice.
Yeah, because he came up. I think it was like in the 2013-14 season. He came up, went down the next season, came back up. I think he went down again. I'm not too sure. I think he's been down twice because Keane got player of the championship, I think, or some in that year, and then they came up and then stayed up since.
Gotcha.
I think.
So,
I'm not too sure.
So here's my Allardyce. Initially, I will say it's the most disappointing name that I could come up with. I'm just gonna say it. I am disappointed. I was expecting something a little bit more exciting. All right. You see on Twitter people saying that he's mates with Joe Royle, and he gave him like recommendations and whatnot. Apparently. There are reasons why he's getting this job. But I went back and I started looking at Big Sam's, the way Big Sam has set up his teams in the past. And his lineups are a little bit less rigid than I thought. Okay? I went back and I checked it out. And one of his first purchases for West Ham was what? Andy Carroll? Andy Carroll and was it Stuart Downing, I think? And so immediately what he did was he bought a player that could finish late in the game, and he purchased a player that could put in decent, crosses. And after the fact, he's lamented the fact that Carroll's always been hurt and everything. However, that's sort of exactly what Koeman wanted to do, right? I think that what Koeman was trying to begin doing, I feel like Allardyce understands what Koeman wanted to do, and I think what he's doing is he's pitching to the board and everybody else. I think what he's doing is pitching and saying, I can finish what Koeman was trying to start. I thought Sam always did like 4-4-2, and that was all he ever did. I took a look, and he's got some formation flexibility. Some games he'll run 4-3-3, some games he'll do 4-1-2-1-2. And he plays around, and he does adjust based on his personnel. And I like the fact that he can adapt around personnel. You'll see him with a big target man one game, and then he'll go with 3 quick guys across the front. There is some flexibility with it. Now, he always says, I'm going to play beautiful, attractive football, and then it becomes boring, paint drying, defensive, park the bus kind of stuff. But I just don't think it's as bad once I started researching. I didn't feel as bad as I did before. I still feel bad. So, guys, what do you predict from a Big Sam Everton?
Depression. I mean, I get the point you're trying to make, and I'm not going to try and argue against it because you've done more research than I have on his tactics. But I look at his CV. It's West Ham, Bolton,
Sunderland,
Crystal Palace, Blackburn.
I know.
Notts County, mentioned them before. I think he had a stint with Preston, and then Everton. No wonder he's plugging himself for this job. It'd be the biggest job he's ever had. Probably the only one closest to it, Newcastle, but he didn't do well there. It only lasted. He didn't last long. I can't remember that.
Yeah. No fairness, it wasn't his fault. It's just fans didn't like him.
Yeah, well, it'll be the same at Everton. The fans aren't going to get on board with this appointment at all. And I don't know if you've seen me put the stats out today, but. The 11-12 season.
I saw this.
After
I didn't. Go on. Keep going.
So 11 games, Everton had 10 points on the board, and he finished 7th that season. We played 11 games this season, and we've got 11 points, so that's 1 more point than what we had then.
Mm-hmm.
So we can still have a really good finish this year if we turn it around. And I feel the only reason Allardyce is getting linked with this job is fear of relegation. Everton
true.
aren't going to get relegated. It's as simple as that. If someone...
Don't let that come back to bite you.
No, I believe it. Everton don't do relegation. It's why we haven't been... We've only been relegated 3 times in our history, and haven't been relegated for around 60 years or whatever it is. And we've been a lot worse than what we are now. So, and in August, if someone would have said to you, Sam Allardyce is the favourite for the Everton job, you literally laugh out the room. It's as simple as that. And so I think they talk about panic buys in the transfer market. I think it's almost like a panic manager, and I think they just take these few days to just settle back down, have a look at the table, see what's what, see what's out there. Hopefully he'll just be pushed to one side.
See, I think as well, the whole attitude, I think we've said it before, but the whole attitude with it is if Sam comes in for this, if Allardyce comes in, we're giving up on getting the top 6. I know it sounds harsh, but we're giving up on the top 6 in that kind of manner. Because, like you say, Dave, the amount of teams he's managed, Sunderland, Palace, Newcastle, to name a couple, have all needed a manager to get them out of relegation. Sam has come in to do that, but they've not really gone much further than that. And
probably the only one that goes against the grain is Bolton. in the North East. They got into Europe and stuff, but that didn't last long, and it did just feel like they were really overachieving, didn't they?
I mean, in all fairness, he did say to them, I can't go any further with this squad if I don't get the money for it. He has got the money for it now, but I don't know. It just, something about it is, we do that, we're aiming low for the season, and it will just be a very, very long season. And I personally would rather have David Unsworth in, because at least he knows how to get with the fans.
Yeah.
And I think if you asked me before today, I would have said I'd rather have Unsworth than Allardyce. Right now, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence between the two. Just because I like the fact that Allardyce has experience. I do like that, But I don't want to disguise this, guys. Just because I'm saying positive things, all right? It is the manager I might have. It's not the most negative reaction, but it's really close, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking hard to find something to cling to if he's our manager, because I want to support him. I want to have some hope. I really do. Okay, so if Big Sam comes here, guys, what's his starting lineup look like?
Oh, God, don't do this.
What's his formation? I'm serious. I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Has he got the kind of plays that he'd want at the moment at Everton? I don't know.
Well, it's.
I think he. No, I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I think he'd traditional 4-4-2 and have Rooney off the striker.
So he likes to do one kind of main defensive mid, kind of shielding, and then a lot of times he'll have a defensive-ish kind of midfielder, and then a more offensive. See, a lot of times he does run 3 center mids. All right, so essentially we could be talking about Davies, Baningimi, and Gay.
Not after the last game for Davies. Not after the last one.
But you might see that, or you might see Sigurdsson instead of Davies. That was the next thing I was going to say. All right, he liked to roll a lot when he was with Sunderland. He started 7 straight games. He started. Hold on, let me get the. He started Jan Kirchhoff, all right, at the defensive mid, Jan Mvila, and Lee Cattermole. He started those 3 at center mid 7 straight games for Sunderland. All right, and the only one
who's did they win them all?
And the thing is, he did well when he was with Sunderland. To be honest.
Yeah, but we saved this season. We saved the season for them. In all fairness.
Oh, by getting our ass handed to us when we played them.
By giving up, Martinez.
Yeah. But Jan Mvila is really the only one that has any kind of decent offensive. Cattermole's a decent passer, but that's a really defensive-minded, physical middle 3. So it looks like I think he would go for physicality.
Yeah, I'm having a look at these Sunderland results that he had, and I mean, there's a lot of draws in there that he had. There's a lot of draws.
And And I think that's what he's going to do, is going to try to play for draws for a while.
Yeah.
I really do, if he's our guy. Which he might not be.
We do need points. We do need guaranteed points.
Yeah, we were talking about it last time, David, when you weren't here. I'm kind of seeing whoever we bring in, we're going to be trying to get a lot of 1-goal wins and draws. Until we can buy striker and get some more help, you know. So I think Sam is really going to love Ross Barkley when he's back. If Sam, it could be one of the things Sam is really pushing out there, is he wants Barkley to be one of the main players for him. You know, because he likes physical players, and Barkley is exactly that.
Well, sign him up.
You know?
No, I'm joking.
So I don't know, but
I feel like Barkley could be a
I don't know if
big
this is
thing.
coming across to you lads, but I'm just struggling really to get on board with.
I know. No. You don't have to get on
same
board.
here.
That's not the.
Yeah.
The point is we have to start, because this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say this is one of our? This is about a 50% chance right now. Wouldn't you say?
Potentially, yeah.
You know.
Potentially.
So the point is to think: how do we adjust our brain around this? How can we actually, especially in a moment of positivity, when it feels like, because something else, guys, something that really pissed me off, all right, is Moshiri came out, and let's be honest, I don't like to say sacrilegious things about our Lord and Savior Moshiri, but just saying, he came out and said, I think it was yesterday, or he told Jim White, maybe that's who it was, he said, whoever we hire, we're trying to hire a manager for the next 5 years. How do you say that with a straight face if you're going to hire Allardyce? How do you actually say that? You want Allardyce for 5 years?
In all fairness, right? In all fairness, see, I was speaking to this with someone at the ground yesterday, and we said, I actually think Ken Wright is going to be one of those. He's wanting safety for the season. Moshiri is wanting a big target for the season.
Very true.
So he wants glory. Ken Wright wants safety. Now, in all fairness, both of them care about the club and want them doing well. So Ken Wright is wanting either a Dyche or an Allardyce, someone with Premier League experience that can win us games, draw us games, get us points, get us safety. Moshiri wants to put in a risk. He wants to get a big name in so we can get basically like get the business going up a bit higher. So I'm a bit on the fence for going either approach. I don't really want Allardyce, but I don't feel like we're going to be getting the biggest names that Moshiri wants. It's just a bit in the middle with it.
There's a rumor that Moshiri wants Silva, and that's his choice. But getting
in fairness, I wouldn't mind him.
I saw somebody put that out on Twitter earlier today, and I mean, I remember when I said I really like Silva. I remember David's exact reaction was he looked straight through the little webcam and goes, "Why?" And I was like, wait, I didn't think it was that bad of an opinion. Shit.
It's not, but you know, if Everton beat his team yesterday, so they can't beat that close.
Luckily.
Yeah.
Okay, what I did find really impressive with Silva was Watford had just been pulled back from a 2-0 lead to 2-2, and I said to my mate next to me, I said, if this was Everton, they'd just shut up shop away from home and just try and hold on now.
Yep.
But Watford was still on the front foot for a lot of the game when it was 2-2. So I'd like that in the manager, but all it is, I just think he's another flavour of the month, and
He might be.
he still needs to prove something for me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
See, I think the whole thing as well with the manager, with this team at the minute, is it could make any manager look bad. To be honest, if you look at the key players we're missing, we're missing a big main striker. Although Uniasi could be the man, you never know. We're missing Barkley, we're missing Coleman, we're missing Funes Mori, we're missing a left back to cover for Baines if he ever gets injured. So we're missing some key players. So when they come back, then I think we might see a different thing. Plus as well, Barkley might actually want to play for someone like Unsworth. He might not want to do it under another manager. Same with a lot of the other players.
I don't know. Barkley might want to play under anybody that's not Koeman. So, I mean, really, it's very clear that he...
Yeah, but to play for an Everton legend like Unsworth, I'd love that.
I think Barkley would love that too. I agree.
We'll see.
So,
we'll see.
Two more quick questions because we gotta hurry up. What is Everton's ceiling and floor with Big Sam in charge?
What do you mean?
Okay, so what's the worst we think we could do with Big Sam? Like, I don't think we'll get relegated if Sam's our manager. I don't think we will. I think our floor would be about 15th or 16th place in the table. All
Early
right.
exit from the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this whole ambition of trying to be one of the big clubs again would just go completely and utterly out the window.
Totally true. Totally true.
If anyone sees that we've had investments and we're meant to be, going back to the big time, as we call it, and then, we're trying to attract players in the future, and they see that after all this, we then employ Big Sam.
Yeah.
No chance.
I know.
No chance.
The guy who, got sacked or left jobs like Palace in England too soon, and
It is such a strange decision. It is so strange. But the ceiling means the best he could do, and I'm going to say 8th is the best he would do.
12th.
10.
You split the difference, David. That's smart. That's good. So
Just anything to just stop talking about Big Sam. To be honest, I'm having palpitations here. I'm just cold sweats.
we figured out that David needs to take a Benadryl or something because he's allergic. He's allergic to Big Sam chat. All right.
Allergic to that dice.
You'll just watch him get bloated up in a minute.
Lastly, how long if he is on? How long do you think he'll last? I would say 1 season.
I reckon he'd get 2, at least, or 3. He'd get what he want.
See, I think the only way he'd come in, they'd say to him, "You've got till the end of the year. If it is panic over relegation, keep us up. But then we're going to go and bring someone else in and start again."
Yeah.
But he wouldn't do it. He doesn't want it. He'd want to come in and prove himself, so...
Money to give him. If they say to him, "Here's 6 million for 8 months' work," or whatever.
Bloody hell.
He is a money guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a scandalous allegation, Gerry.
Ooh.
I mean, I didn't mention anything about how he got his money.
Oh,
There are a lot.
Dangerous
I would say there are
territory
a lot of money guys out there. But
We just don't need any of this, do we? Just
Yeah, I know.
We need someone just that can bring a bit of positivity.
Well, it kills.
Unsworth for the season.
It kills a lot of the hope bringing Big Sam
Yeah.
in. It does seem like it does that. Talking to you guys, I feel like we're a pretty decent cross section of Evertonian fan base, and none of us are excited.
Oh. No, I am so far the other end of the spectrum. Like, this would be the worst I'd felt as an Evertonian if we got Big Sam. That might sound extreme, but it's...
Going to social media for some fan thoughts on Allardyce, Jack K 1992 says, "Please, please, please, no." Okay. Neil McGill 85 says, "Crazy if he comes in. Better out there. Won't be happy. He will put us back years." And lastly, Reese_Owen 14 says, "Better not come. And anyway, why not Unsworth?" So a lot of thoughts that are echoing exactly what we've been saying. We hear you, and we agree with you. Fan thoughts.
Yeah.
So Edward is completely as displeased as he can be. David is also cannot be more displeased. In fact, he's nauseous and getting hives at the thought of this. I'm having some discomfort, but it's not going to keep me out of work. All right, just saying. All right, so
I don't have any work to go to. How do you think I feel with it?
Edward, I feel like we need to give you a hug via the internet for that comment. I'm like, oh, you're employable. Come on, man.
I can't even cry. My voice is too hoarse.
All right, so everybody who is listening out there, that is our Big Sam chat. You heard Edward there? He really, really needs you to check out his YouTube channel. JME James. Check out the details below. All right, folks?
Also check out his CV online as well.
Yes!
I'm going to get offers from everywhere now.
His skill set and his list of hobbies is it's staggering. I
got a job offer from someone from Devon. Like the other side of the country.
It's a nice part of the world.
Yeah, but for 6 hours to get there and back, no thanks.
So if there's any jobs out there that require someone who can juggle and likes romance novels, Edward
Yeah.
is your guy. All right?
Twilight, favourite book of all time.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
All right. So also check out David's pieces. He's got one on the Sportsman right now about Sheffield United, and he's also doing stuff on the Toffee Blues website. All right. So that's it. Will Big Sam happen? Oh man, we certainly hope not. Bye bye.